right. So mine is about question I'm going to answer is tell me about a hard time in your life that your family went through. Probably the hardest thing that I've been through with my family is Ryder's birth. Um, Ryder's birth was pretty complicated. He came out and one of his lungs, he was born early, so his lungs weren't fully developed, and he was having like significant breathing issues. There wasn't good care at the hospital we were at, so we watched him basically like suffer in a box for a couple days, with nurses telling us that he was okay when really he wasn't doing okay. So they ended up life flighting him to a hospital that was like an hour and a half away in Spokane. And it was kind of hard because Angela was recovering from a C-section and she was like on narcotics, and so she was kind of out of it, and it was like it felt kind of lonely because mom came up and helped out big time because she was watching the little boys. And so Everson Slade at the time were super little and a total handful. And so I was dealing with watching Ryder for, gosh, it felt like almost a week. It wasn't. I think it was only a couple days. And then when they life flighted him, it was super hard because you had to be separated from the little guy. They took him up in the helicopter. You met him at the hospital. And when he was at the hospital, they were worried that that his lung had collapsed, and they didn't know if it was collapsed before or from the airplane or from the helicopter ride. So it was like super critical when he got there. It was a big emergency. They put him onto this oxygen thing. They started out with just this little thing on his nose, and he had been like suffering to breathe for so long. When they finally put this, I think it was like a nasal catheter thing, over his nose, he just like totally started huffing it in, like because he was just like wanting air so bad. And then they put like a mask over him, but it was clear from the way that they were treating him, like he was not doing well. It was super scary. And I think that there was probably a time where he was not really there, which was kind of hard to deal with. Had to sleep in the hospital in Spokane, just hoping that he was okay with everybody gone, which was kind of lonely and sad, but it made me always donate to the Ronald McDonald Foundation, because they had a room there that I used that night, and then they also had I think another place that Angela stayed for a while. And so we always round up at the Ronald at McDonald's whenever we eat there. But it was just several days of hell. There's lots of stressors in life and lots of things that are important on the day-to-day, but really that taught me, which I often forget, that there's your health is everything, and we're so lucky, and things are so fragile. And even something as simple as having a baby that happens so many times around the world is always such a vulnerable, fragile, scary experience. But those are probably the few hardest days of my life and our family's life. Everything else we've been able to push through and not, that just kind of stress your way through it. But that was super hard for me. So anyway, that's it.